My hot take for today is that the Devil May Cry anime was not that bad. It had banging music, great animation, and impeccable style. That apartment fight is some of the flashiest shit I've seen all year. However, it had its problems for me. I'm not familiar with the franchise at all, so I can't judge the piece as an adaptation, but as a show, I think some of the writing fell flat for me. Lady's constant fucking swearing fucking pissed me the fuck off the entire series. The political elements throughout the narrative didn't click for me as intended. It just felt kinda tacky. There's some great bits that I mentioned later regarding the demons, but yeah, it mostly felt underdeveloped. And the same goes for the majority of the characters, who all kind of were just there. Except for one person, one character with the charisma to hook me from the pilot alone, the White Rabbit. A genuinely terrifying antagonist, the White Rabbit in those first scenes was bone-chillingly menacing, while also being devilishly charming. Every word he said, every action he took had me at the edge of my seat. I was low-key rooting for him at times just because of how much fun he was to watch. And he's not just a thrilling villain walking around, no, he's also incredibly captivating. His morals and ideals are fascinating. There's always a sense that, although he's portrayed as manic and cold calculating, there's a rage and unexplained anger in him that drives him forward. Unexplained, of course, until episode 6, a haymaker of an episode that came out of nowhere. The previous episode ended off with Plasma blowing up the apartment building, but the creators chose to leave that plotline dangling in favor for a flashback episode taking place entirely in the past. The storytelling in this episode is absolutely fucking incredible. It's split into two storylines, the childhood of Lady and the childhood of this character, who will eventually become the White Rabbit. In addition, after he enters the demon dimension, the art style completely shifts to a more cartoonish vibe, which looks fantastic. The story parallels in a myriad of interesting ways. Lady's strained family situation and the White Rabbit's abusive household. Lady's side is almost entirely colorless, while he has a vibrant, albeit dark and gloomy, color palette. The White Rabbit side of the story is the exception to that general judgment I mentioned earlier about the demons. It fucking hits. The harshness of the demon world and the gentleness of the people who live inside it are explored with incredible depth through the emotional bond that forms between him and the residents. It's a twist I was never expecting, the White Rabbit being the human, but it works wonders for his character. Even under roles in a world I'm not a huge fan of, it's that good. I love the Alice in Wonderland reference, love the tragic death of this character, I felt very emotional. I also love Lady's side of the story too. And all that culminates into Lady and her team blasting the demon refugees out of fucking existence, and thus the White Rabbit was born. I love this character. He's such an intimidating villain with a stage presence that comes through the damn screen, while also being a compelling character with a rich lore to him. He stole the fucking show for me, and was one of the only reasons why I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.